When Bob Myers was hired as the general manager in 2012, the Golden State Warriors had a series of 18 seasons in which they only made it to the NBA playoffs once, in 2007. Besides that year, they always ended their season around mid-April. Myers changed everything, although he already had some tools left by his predecessor, Larry Riley. Riley was the one who drafted Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, the cornerstones of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. He also hired Mark Jackson, who brought the Warriors back to the NBA playoffs as a coach, so he had already laid the groundwork for building a great team. However, it is Myers who is said to be the architect of the Warriors' success. As he is stepping down, let's see what exactly he did during the last almost 12 years as the Warriors' general manager and president. In 1997, Bob Myers was completing his degree at Loyola Law School. This is when he was introduced to Arn Tellem, one of the biggest sports agents at that time, who was most known for being the agent of a young Kobe Bryant entering the NBA. Myers grew to become one of the top associates and became an expert in contract negotiation and player recruitment. He spent 14 years as an agent and had 19 clients, including Brandon Roy, Tyreke Evans, and Kendrick Perkins. In April 2011, Myers was hired by the Golden State Warriors as an assistant general manager and was supposed to learn under Larry Riley for a few years. However, after just 1 year, he was promoted to general manager position. His first decision was the 2012 draft, when he selected Harrison Barnes with 7th pick, Festus Ezeli with the 30th pick, and finally, Draymond Green as the 35th pick, which was one of the biggest steals in the current century. He added a few pieces in the offseason, trading away players for Jarrett Jack and signing Carl Landry as a free agent. All those moves secured the Warriors the roster that allowed them to return to the NBA playoffs. They won 47 games and eliminated the Denver Nuggets in the first round. They were still not good enough to beat the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference semifinals, but had some good games there. Myers followed that year with another strong offseason. He traded away some less important players and draft rights in July 2013 to get the fourth cornerstone of future Warriors success, Andre Iguodala. To get him, the Warriors had to part ways with 3 players, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. That's a lot, but as it turned out, it was all worth it. The following 2014 season was a bit of disappointment for the Warriors. They won 51 games in the regular season, the highest number since 1992, a span of 22 years, but they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Los Angeles Clippers in 7 games. This led to the firing of Mark Jackson and the hiring of the 5th cornerstone of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. At that time, it was a huge risk, because Steve Kerr had never coached before. He wasn't even an assistant coach anywhere. After retiring, he worked as a TV analyst, provided his voice for some NBA live games, and even served as the general manager of the Phoenix Suns for 3 years. He also wrote some articles for Grantland from 2011 until it closed in 2015. Still, he had other opportunities as well. The Warriors had to outbid the New York Knicks, who also wanted Kerr to become their coach, and luckily, they succeeded. That summer, after hiring Kerr, Myers didn't make any big moves. He allowed his players to further develop, and he only added 2 pieces in Sean Livingston and Leandro Barbosa. All of this allowed the Warriors to become one of the contenders, and in June 2015, they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals 4-2. The following year was supposed to be even better. The Warriors didn't make any significant moves during the offseason. They kept the core of their squad and went on to become the winningest team in one season. They won 73 games that year, surpassing the 72 wins by the Chicago Bulls, a record that everyone thought was unbeatable. However, it wasn't enough to win back-to-back championships. As we all remember, the 2016 playoffs were difficult for the Warriors. They faced elimination in the conference finals when they were down 3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were able to beat them after a great performance by Klay Thompson in Game 6, and they went on to take a 3-1 lead in the finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But they allowed the Cavs to gain momentum. Draymond Green had a momentary lapse of judgment, which led to his suspension, and the Cavaliers went on to win the next 3 games in the championship in Game 7 on the Warriors' home court. This resulted in significant changes in the 2016 offseason. First of all, the Warriors traded away Andrew Bogut to create some room in the salary cap to sign Kevin Durant as a free agent. This move changed the entire landscape of the NBA. The Warriors became such a super team with so many stars that no one imagined a team that could beat them. And when they were healthy, they lived up to that reputation. They became champions in 2017 and 2018 and reached the NBA Finals again in 2019, but lost to Toronto Raptors, mainly due to injury. They had to play almost entire series without Kevin Durant and also lost Klay Thompson during that finals. These were injuries that were expected to keep those stars out for a long time, and it meant that there was a need for a rebuild. But before there was official information that Kevin Durant was leaving, Bob Myers added a new piece to the next championship team by selecting Jordan Poole with the 28th pick of the draft. Then he maximized the departure of Kevin Durant through a sign-and-trade deal that brought D'Angelo Russell to the Warriors. Russell stayed with the Warriors for only a few months and was then traded away to Minnesota for Andrew Wiggins and a conditional draft pick, which later turned out to be Jonathan Kuminga. The following season was a disappointment due to injuries. Not only was Thompson out due to injuries, but Stephen Curry and Draymond Green also had health problems. The Warriors ended their season with just 15 wins in 65 games, far below their previous standards. They were rewarded with the second pick of the draft, but didn't handle it well, selecting James Wiseman, who turned out to be a bust and is no longer with the team. The 2021 season was a step forward to the team. Despite not having Klay Thompson, they were able to find other players vital for their championship run in 2022. Myers signed a deal with Juan Toscano Anderson, found Gary Payton II, and selected Kuminga and Moses Moody in the 2021 draft. He followed those moves by acquiring important bench pieces in Otto Porter Jr. and Nemanja Bjelica. Finally, in August 2021, he signed Andre Iguodala, bringing him back to the team. The Warriors went on to win a championship ring in 2022 in the finals against the Boston Celtics. Still, Myers had some difficult decisions to make. He signed a big contract with Jordan Poole, who proved his value that season, but then had to give up James Wiseman in an attempt to salvage the Warriors' season. We all know how it ended. The Warriors beat the Sacramento Kings in 7 games, but were unable to sustain their success against the Los Angeles Lakers and lost in the Western Conference semifinals. During that time, there were rumors suggesting that Myers' contract was ending and there were no favorable discussions to extend the deal. On 30th of May 2023, Myers announced that he would be stepping down from his position as the franchise's president and general manager. He cited the need to find time for his family, which he hadn't had for the last few years. Those 12 years will be remembered as best ones in Warriors history, and he was the person who built that team. I wonder how high he can rank all time in terms of the best executives in the NBA. During his tenure, he was voted Executive of the Year twice, but I believe he could easily be chosen as the best executive of the decade. And what do you think? Where does he rank in your ranking? And how do you think the Warriors will move forward? Let me know in the comments, and remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!